And welcome, everyone, to our Saints Valorant broadcast for today. I'm alongside Jobin, of course. We've got round of 16 of NACE StarLeague Valorant here. Very excited to see what this team has in store, of course. Going up against the Wayne State Warriors, 30 minutes down the 401 across the Ambassador Bridge to go see our opponents. But unfortunately, on to the maps we go, and we can take a look to see what exactly they're going to be dueling out today.
Yeah, we see the we're gonna see the Collegiate Special. We're gonna see Bind and Haven coming through maps 1 and 2 Fracture. We haven't seen pretty much any Fracture from a lot of different teams. Fracture kind of fell out of the love lost. A lot of these teams, they stopped scrimming it. So Fracture could be a map that if you're really like akin to it, you have a lot of info for it, you could definitely take a team to school. But if I know these Saints, and from just talking to the guys a little bit, they definitely don't want Fracture to have to come up today. They would rather get this done in 2 maps. They're gonna be feeling confident as well. As we should mention, they are going to be the second seed in this top 16, the Sweet 16, so to speak. Wayne State going to be sitting at that 15 spot. So theoretically, on paper, should be a 2-0. Projections are to be a 2-0, but Valorant always throws us a curveball here and there, so wouldn't be surprised if we ended up seeing Fracture later on.
Yeah, it would be a little bit interesting to sort of figure out exactly where these teams really want to play. I mean, realistically, Bind is a map that we've seen the Saints do really well on time and time again. Haven as well has started to become one of their really strong maps. I mean, we saw that in CVAL this weekend. They had a standout performance against Conestoga there on that Haven as well. Fracture, as you mentioned, not a map that we've seen a whole lot at all. You know, it's normally Bind, Haven, Ascent. It's sort of just the standard 3. But, you know, of course, interesting to see a little bit of a ripple in the folds a little bit there, of course. If we want to look back to CVAL as well, you know, the Saints had a very strong performance on Breeze as well, so maybe that's something that teams are starting to take away as well. But overall, there's a lot of difference. There's a little bit of difference coming through today, at least in terms of agents, because we did get a new patch. Fade, significantly weaker. Her ultimate now an 8-point ult. Her Prowler is a little bit shorter, but Cypher getting a big buff. His tripwires are 50% as long or longer than they were last time, so they are large wires, to say the least. They can stretch
long boys.
1,500 units, which is quite a distance at that. I mean, I think that's ends up being, what, 15 meters? I think that's the actual.
And Valorant is long enough.
It's long enough.
It's substantial.
It's quite large. We'll put it that way. And of course, your ultimate is able to tick them twice, so you get a little bit more information. I'm curious to see if we see Cypher come through from either one of these teams today.
I think, honestly, how big the buffs were, I think it's honestly a shoe-in, especially on a map like Haven. He can do such a good job of pretty much solo locking down the connector between either A and B or C and B. He does such a good job using those cages, the tripwires being as long as they are. You can cut off a lot wider angles than we maybe thought possible before, because the buffs, they were not small buffs. They're trying to get Cypher definitely back into the meta. There was a time, if you played long enough ago, you would have seen a ton of Cyphers running around on the maps, but he has definitely fallen out of grace with the fades, these other sort of controllers and these other initiators that have kind of taken priority. But I would say he's almost certainly going to be back in the fold today. I'd suspect maybe we'll see a fade depending on the map. The Sova probably going to be the one they're going to replace that with. Some maps, so kind of hard to get those cross map lineups with the Sova, so you might still want to stick on the fade, but I would definitely expect to see Cypher, and I think we'll probably see at least one fade today.
Yeah, I think realistically what we're expecting is on Bind, especially, there's so many really cool lineups. I know, for one, you know, speaking from personal experience, Sage Vayne over here, but I will play Cypher on Bind just because there's so many really cool setups you can do on both sites, and now that you've got that extra range, you have different angles that you can put them down on. It's not necessarily throw your crazy vertical wire on hook anymore. You can put your wires on A, potentially. There's a lot of one-way cages that you can throw down as well. Cypher is a really interesting agent in that regard, but of course, you know, ever since, you know, gun camera was taken out, you know, we've been missing it
Never
a little
forget.
bit more. Never forget, Sag. But nonetheless, seems like teams are still getting themselves ready into the lobby, so we are going to actually get the intro video there that we missed out right at the beginning, and then we will head to a short break. When we're back, we will be into map 1, Saints versus Wayne State Warriors.
And welcome back in, everybody. Sweet 16 of NACE Star League, the St. Clair Saints taking on the Wayne State Warriors. We are now into Agent Select on Bind, being map 1. Borge insta-lock in that race. Exactly what I want to see. This guy has been an absolute demon on that race. He's been a breath of fresh air for this Saints Valorant team. He has been taking over the scene by storm. We're going to see Hurrah lock in that Viper on the other side. A character we haven't seen too many Vipers, actually, the last couple times on Bind. Definitely a character still going to have its purpose in the game. Still going to be cringe to play against. We're going to see that Chamber get locked in with a player named Eagle locking in Chamber. There is going to be that Cypher. Scrubby going to be the first one to bust that one out. We had a pretty good idea this would be coming out. The Saints, they're going to try to play into this new meta, this new way that Valorant wants things to go out. We're going to see that Sky get locked in on the other side, and that Brimstone. Saints going to have a little bit of a different folder. No Cypher for Wayne State. They're going to opt for that, more of that classic comp, maybe swap to that Viper instead of that Cypher, but the Saints are going to answer as well.
Yeah, and realistically, Cypher is so strong on defense. On attack,
true.
Not the best in those situations. I mean, realistically, you get your setups and everything. It's the same way as a Killjoy. You know, you have to try and play post plant in that situation if you are the Cypher on offense. But you know, starting on defense, you're guaranteed 12 rounds. With the Saints feeling as confident as they are, they're feeling as if they're not going to have to really risk too many rounds on that attacking side. They want to try and have a very dominant defensive half here. Overall, interesting to see the two Vipers come through, though. Normally, as you mentioned, not an agent that we see too much on Bind, and actually no Sova or Fade in this situation. The only info agent here is going to be that Sky. You're really going to have to try and find as much information with the sound of those blinds there. So very curious to see how that works out. But of course, on to map 1 we go. Very excited to see the Saints roster here pulling out the Cypher on day 1 of the new patch. So even still, there might be some interesting setups. And honestly, I want to see how Scrubby sets this up.
Yeah, I know. Maybe not to take info for my games or anything, just to scout for research purposes.
Oh,
of course.
Sure.
I would never, I would never abuse any lineups. It's just, of course, strictly for research. But the Saints going to get set up on this defensive side. And you made a really good point, Cypher. Not going to pick him that attacking side. Scrubby just trying to find that. You got it, buddy. A little more to the right there. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, he's close. He's going to get it. Oh, one more second. Scrubby really trying. There we go.
What is that wire?
Exactly. Listen, he knew exactly what he was trying to do. That thing is going to be under the ground. Hey, listen, Cypher on a buff day 1. Riot's not going to have this hero balance, this agent. It's not going to matter. The Saints, though, Chubb's going to go in and get first blood right away on Borge, taking that shower control.
Yeah, and of course, this is a Wayne State roster that did have to play a little bit of extra games to get to this point. Of course, had to go through the last chance qualifier to get here. Nonetheless, very curious to see what they're able to come out with. Already very aggressively pushing through those showers and then quick rotations over. Granted, this is the site where Scrubby is. Just checking out that camera. Interesting to see where that cage spot is as well on the back of site, so you can tell when people are rotating through tube and all of that. You cover as many angles as possible, but it looks like this is going to be their execute. Brimsmoke's coming down.
They don't know that tripwire is right in the floor, though, like a little earthworm. The Saints trying to set up for this defensive side. Jello was already low health. Gonna fall to Chubbs. Oh, 2 tags coming through. 4 tapping. Picking up 3 of his own. That's a triple kill. Make it 4. Oh, headshots. 4 tapping. 4 kills. And round 1 going over to the Saints. Beautiful job. Cypher already paying dividends.
Oh, yeah. Great tripwire. I mean, they just walk through. You can't hear it. It is so
far
down.
That was also in the floor.
It was in the floor. You know, you don't have any sort of tell as to where it is. A lot of the times, even in hookah, you look across and you say, oh, there might be a wire or something along those lines, but nonetheless, great setup coming through from the Cypher there. It's going to be exciting to see what they opt to do here, because look at this. 4 people on A here. It is only the Cypher holding down that B site. This is what this agent can afford you, very much in the same way that Killjoy does that on certain maps. It's what Cypher does on Bind, so very exciting to see that come through. You know what? We're just getting all our Cypher hype in right now because, you know, we haven't seen this agent in ages, it feels like.
Well, and we've immediately seen what might be a little bit of a broken lineup in round 1, so definitely the Saints have probably been tooling around with him, having that extended range. Now he got immediate scans. They found some kills. Wayne State trying to put some early aggression on this round 2. The Saints, though, they're going to swing with some Spectres. Not going to find that kill, though. Hurrah is going to draw that first one. M's going to try to send out that flash. Battle Stinger in hand, going to try to make a play. Whoa. Oh, double spray with the Stinger. M's popping off their Borge. Going to find the right click to the smoke as well. Wayne State falling left, right, and center. Kobe Borge going to pick one up as well. Now into a 4v1 Borge. Trying to take the rest of this space. Is going to get taken out by Chubbs right now. Chubbs maybe going to go try to pick up that gun. Going to land a shot, but more tapping. Going to land a couple more, and the Saints are going to find number 2.
Yeah, just playing with their wallets at that point, just being able to toss that around. You know, the M is just being able to get the spray down onto 2 members. The Bulldog coming clutch at the end of that round as well. Now we'll have to see what the side of Wayne State are able to put together on their buy round.
Melee raise?
No, it looks like everyone's going to be able to finish up those rifles there. It seems as if Jello's going to be forced to save a little bit here just with the Ghost. And, of For everyone else, it seems to be a little bit of a bonus. But once again, you can just see this setup time and time again. They're trying to go towards this A site because they know Cypher setups are a little bit weaker on that A site. But it doesn't matter because you can see the aggression coming through. They always have 3-4 members on this A site. It's so difficult to contest every single time.
Yeah, Boombot gonna get some info out of there. The backside of Showers. Tabit trying to figure out where these Saints are gonna be lining up. Trying to get that Vandal pre-fire going. Borj lined up in this Shower spot. We have enough highlights of Borj making a mess of Showers, getting tons of damage. Tabit still trying to find the angle here. Jello looking like he's trying to get that jump peak going. Trying to gather that early info for these Saints. Wayne State playing a lot slower of a tempo this round. Not wanting to drop those rifles, especially to anything crazy. Borj still sitting in this short corner. Ems has that paranoia ready and armed, ready to go immediately to set up one of those teammates. Sky Flash is going to come through Borj. Going to try to look away from that one. Sheps, they're slowly creeping up here. The Saints, though, they're still sitting so patiently on here. And Scrubby sitting all alone on that B site, baby. The Saints, they're going to line up in Showers. Wait for this pressure to come in. It's got to be a push soon, though.
A little bit of a push here, actually gonna catch that barrel. Borj's gonna be able to find one. Ems returns one the opposite way, like Sheps in the night, sort of speaking there.
Oh my goodness.
Gonna only
it's
be
round
a 2
3.
for 1 at the end. Yeah, gotta get these puns out of the way quickly. Nonetheless, Ems already on to site. As you can see, a couple members of those Wayne State Warriors in lamps and everything. Great grenade coming through from Chubbs as well. 3v3 coming through, but nonetheless, the spike is still down in Showers. Borj holding this angle forever. Finally, the Cypher's gonna rotate over to provide that extra assistance, but Ego, I believe they were able to pick up that spike just barely, but nonetheless, this time crunch is going to start to become a big deal because 15 seconds left, you have to try and find a plan. Borj, though, going to fall. That's going to be a big pickup for them as they should be able to get that plan down effectively for free.
More tapping does have some lineups, though. 1 HP on Scrubby, going to swing. Ooh. They are going to find the kill with the Viper lineup, though.
No time.
Spike's not going to go down. 4 tapping, going to find that kill onto Hurrah. Taking a couple rifles out of the hands at the very end. 4 tapping. 3 on the round. The Viper paying dividends, and he's going to steal away all 5 rifles from Wayne State. That one goes completely sideways at the end there.
Yeah, and realistically, 4tappin already had that round in their hands after they were able to get the lineup kill. I believe it was the lineup coming through onto the chamber, but now you can see 8-0 on 4tappin. The op coming through on the Omen.
That's Ems, baby.
That's Ems. You know, we talked about how Ems has been playing all sorts of these different agents. First of all, we see Omen on Bind. This is something we don't see very often. Nonetheless, I'm going to opt for the op here, and I'm very curious to see which angle they go for here, as it seems as if Wayne State, they're going to fancy their chances potentially looking around B site, but of course we know that Cypher just locks that down. Are we just going to see 12 A sites on this attacking half from Wayne State?
Correct. You can tell the game has been updated, and I really like to see Ems on that Omen as well. Usually I think it's Scrubby or 4tapping playing that Omen, but now having that Cypher in the blast pack going to blow up in Borj's face, they're going to be down to half HP. Jello going to send out that little pop flash, at least try to slow down this pressure. Wayne State did take some damage as well, though, on that other half. It'll be a very, very slow-paced game. When you know Cypher is somewhere on one of these sites, everything just slows to an absolute snail's pace. The wire, that is what we like to call a cheeky tripwire, angling out that way. We're going to see a whole lot of that the first couple maps. I'm sitting here stunned, but both these teams having to play into this new meta. You have to make adjustments. The game updates crazy. Jello might be on some good side. Headhunter, double kill for Jello. Gonna pre-fire back through Showers there. Gonna keep any aggression coming off that second wave. Wayne State, they do have the showstopper, but Sheps not looking too good on HP here.
Yeah, 32 health. You know, Sky can't heal themselves. The biggest difference between Sky and Sage, of course. But nonetheless, it's still going to be so difficult because it's just one shot even through a wall that could potentially finish off the Sky there. They're really trying to make this A site work, but it's just not working. There's too many angles they need to try and cut off here. Ems holding that very long angle with the operator as well. They're not going to expect this. That's the scary thing. Here it comes. The wall goes up. Oh, great timing with 4tappin's able to find that kill with the molly on to Sky as well. Another kill coming through for Jello, and Ems gonna clean it up with the operator at the end of it. A very clean round coming through from the side of St. Clair as they go to 4.
Yeah, only gonna lose one player being Borj at that early start of that round. Ems gonna keep that operator in his hand. You know, once a duelist, always a duelist at heart. This guy, whenever he can find the opportunity to take with that operator, and honestly, you're not gonna stick the op on Ray, so if you want to have somebody off, having Omen op back long, especially when he can teleport, he can set up those smokes, set up the one-ways, not necessarily the bad idea, and having it in the hands of a guy who is a former Jet main, always gonna feel a little bit special as well. Wayne State, rather, trying to figure out some way back into this game. They do have that showstopper ready. I know. Listen, the entire game, I know. I cannot wait to rewatch this VOD after as well and just see like exactly what the lineups are round by round here.
Just studying it.
We're going to see insane stuff the entire time. And honestly, going into like CVAL and other tournaments as well, this might give us a little sneak peek of what's to come.
Exactly. And realistically, this Cypher has like 1 kill, 1 death, hasn't done anything this game.
Perfect
just because
Cypher stat line.
they're shutting down that B site so heavily, they don't need to rotate over. They're just the anchor every single time. You can send 3-4 members over towards this A site. And Wayne State, they have to respect it. M's able to find a kill already with the operator there. Shep's gonna be falling down, and you can see how aggressively the side of the Saints are played. They know that they've got Showers control here. They know that there's all 4 members just in this choke going towards Lamps here. They don't know who's gonna actually be there either. M's though lurking. He's got the angle as well. They're not gonna expect this one, surely.
No, there's no way.
Oh, the timing.
I'm just gonna send the dark cover out there. Ego still peeking you. Oh, gonna see Shoulders little vest there, but not gonna fire that shot. Probably wasn't gonna find that kill. Gonna go for that re-swing as well. Ego still trying to find the timing with Ems. Ems is gonna win that one out though. The Omen beating out that chamber. Nice grenade onto that backside. They're gonna try to displace Ems a little bit. Hurrah is gonna find a kill. Jello, beautiful job. 2 through the smoke. That's gonna be 3 on the round. 5 for the Saints, and an absolute clinic so far.
Oh my goodness, this A site is not working for the side of Wayne State, but they're so scared of B site as well every single time we see this. It's hilarious because they're forced to go A, and the B site is just absolutely locked down. They have no chances, and finally it looks as if they're leaning over towards this B site. Finally we get to see what Scrubby setups have done. We get to see if the Cypher's got some tricks up their sleeve, because oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see them run into wires. They have no idea what's coming for them here.
I love when 4-tapping hasn't played Viper in, I don't know, 2 weeks. Casual 9-0 to kick off this game. Found kills with the lineups, found kills with the rifle spraying back and forth. Got that quad kill earlier. Sheps trying to get that pop flash in there. Wayne State still struggling with this eco just a little bit. They haven't been able to put anything together. They're going to invest a lot on this B side, though. Honestly, as you said, they are done beating their head into the wall, but Ems is not done clicking their head through the wall. Chubb's going to fall. That's that entry fragger down. That showstopper potential going to be off the board. Wayne State does have that Viper pit. Borge going to engage Tabit. Fantastic job to find that headshot. Shep's going to get tagged up a little bit. Going to ready that pop flash. The Saints going to rotate over to this B side. They're going to send 4-tapping on a nasty little flank here. If he can find the timing, he could cause an absolute stir on the back line.
He's on the longest mission ever at this point.
He's going to get there.
Nice leisurely stroll, it feels like. Even gonna go all the way around to be long. This is incredible because Ems has this locked down, of course. Now that wire is I'm gonna lose my mind every time I see it. They get caught up in that wire, and it's just gonna be everyone falling to the floor. Jello and Ems gonna be able to pick up a couple. They are traded back, but Scrubby now going through his own cage. It's another couple of kills picked up. 6-0 to start this map off. My goodness, this has been an exciting find just because of the Cypher. We got to see it finally work out for them.
Hey, in typical Riot fashion, Cypher totally balanced on day 1 of a massive update. Not going to be in any massive advantage here, but the Saints taking full advantage of all that so far. Borge going to have 6 assists over on the Rays, being the setup man for the Cypher. Not something I thought I'd hear myself say ever again on a broadcast, but that is the world we are living in now. Wayne State still trying to find their first round of the game. They have a ton of ultimates now. The Saints have that Omen teleport. They have that showstopper in the back pocket.
Oh my goodness.
Wayne State, as we said, yeah, this is absolutely going to be incredible. This A side going to be the heavy stock up for Wayne State. Maybe they're going to make that decision. The Saints, though, they're going to send only 1 or 2 players that be over there and lock down everything else over here.
Yeah, where's Cypher, though? Back on A site this time around. Going to have a different setup. Granted, this dog should be able to sniff out that wire. Yes, we'll be able to shut that one down, so at least they know where the Cypher is. Granted, where is that second wire? Where do they have everything else set up? That's what's going to be really challenging, because now that they know that this A site is going to be so difficult to push in on, they may not be inclined to do so. And that wire, you cannot break that, actually, because it is through, because of the extra length, it goes through that wall. But nonetheless, Chubb is going to be able to trade one back onto 4-tap, and they're Scrubby able to pick up one for himself. Borge as well. It's going to be double, pick it up. It's a full house as Borge and Scrubby clean house. 7-0 for the side of St. Clair. We talked about how this team's streaky. They're on a hot streak right now.
Remember when they weren't very good at bind a couple months ago? Man, this is nice to see.
Oh, yeah.
Cypher different. I know. Look at
Cypher's 5-1-2 in bottom fragging for the team.
I know. Listen, this is the Valorant now. This is what we're going to be into. Now I really can't wait to see pro play and everything else now. The game is going to change a lot in a lot of ways. Bind going to be one of those maps where there's only so many places you can go in. Granted, they're very close to get to. You can get there quickly, but you have limited options to try to avoid those tripwires, especially when they're sticking out of the ground like 4-tapping figured out earlier, or Scrubby rather. Ego peeking with this tour de force. Sheps is going to find that first blood onto Ems, so Ems, I'm guessing maybe aggressively peeking, going to end up losing that entry duel 4-tapping. He's trying to hold his showers control, thinking that someone is on the other side. He's going to get a couple tags, too. He's going to be aware that Sky Heal is going to come in clutch, though. Wayne State is going to play a little chill, but they do have that one-man advantage.
We can see all these bullets coming through do give information. They know that there are multiple members of the Warriors here. There's 2 members there. Actually, the dog going to be able to get a nice bite down onto the Brimstone there, but nonetheless, a little bit of a delayed push coming through. They're going to burn a lot here. They're going to use the Sky Seekers. Going to be going both ways as well, and unfortunately for Wayne State, they're just not able to get in onto the site cleanly right now. They're doing everything that they can to throw the whole kitchen sink, but yet it is not quite working. Oh, I say that, and then Chubb's able to find the kill on the Borscht.
Yeah, Jello hanging out in this back tunnel, rather. The Saints still trying to lock down this site. Wayne State, they do have a pretty massive advantage numbers-wise. They do have that tour de force in their hands as well.
Oh.
4-tapping, gonna find that kill onto Tablet, gonna drop that spike as well, but should be able to be picked up by another teammate. There's Jello! Timing not gonna go his way. Ego, tour de force from the short range. They're gonna find that kill. Scrubby gonna find a tag there. He's gonna be spotted out. The 4-tapping, picking apart the rest, so he's gonna have 3 on the round. Make it 4. Can he find the ace? Not gonna quite. Oh, actually, he's gonna find it there. Yeah, Diffuse gonna come through as well. 4-tapping, fall 5 members, maybe 5 in a row as well. Saints are gonna find that Diffuse. They're gonna find their 8th, and they've got to be feeling damn good about this one.
Call him 5-tapping after that one. Just finding every single member there. We almost got to see the new Cypher ultimate. Can you believe it? But the kill came through
right?
just a little bit too early. 14, 1, and 4 for 4-tapping here. My goodness, just absolutely showing up, showing out at this stage, and 8-0 for the side of St. Clair. This is the most dominant we've seen them, I think, on Bind thus far this season.
I mean, 8-0 with only 1 death on 2 teammates. I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. They're looking good.
Yeah, they're looking damn good so far. They had that 8-0 lead. They got a lot of ultimates out of Wayne State there. They got the Seekers. I believe they got the Showstopper. They got the Tour de Force. Now they're going to pop that Viper Pit. Between the Viper Pit and Cypher lineups, have fun trying to push sites quickly.
Goodness.
And when your Viper gets taken out immediately by Ems, it's going to make everything that much trickier. There goes a lot of your utility to try to get on these sites. Block those angles now. They're going to be stuck scratching their heads. They still have that Viper Pit to navigate, and they only have 4 people to do it.
Finally gets spotted out, tossing down a wire there, but nonetheless has a little bit of a one-way setup here as well. There's other cages that you can do. They're called like fake cages. You put them in a certain corner that blocks off one area, but you hide in the other corner. I don't know. There's so many cool tricks that you can do with Cypher that we haven't seen in such a long time, and now with this agent being so much better, we're going to be able to see them come through. And it's just really, what does Scrubby know, and what can Scrubby figure out in the time that they've had with this agent over the last, what, 6-7 hours that the patch has been live, but nonetheless, already very exciting. And you can see they're just struggling to find anything. They know the Cypher is on B. Who is on A? The Viper Pit's on A at the very least, so you have to go through Showers, but look at where the other Cypher trip is. Yep. It's in Showers. They're going to be able to find that information, and that teleporter is oh so omnipresent. You got to be worried about getting flanked from behind there, because you walk a little bit too far up Showers, you just get 3-4 members coming from behind you, and you're in big trouble at that point.
Yeah, 4-tapping is going to be all alone on this site, though. Some teammates are going to have to swing out. They're going to get the Brimstim going. They're going to try to get that shove tripwire. Going to stall them out for a couple seconds. 4-tapping. Now realizing he's starting to get pressured. Wayne State, they are going to finally get this spike down, at least get some momentum, hopefully going their way. They do have that Sky, very low in HP though. Viper Pit still kicking their 4-tapping, trying to find the angle. Oh, pulling out that knife at the wrong time. Chubbs picking up that kill in headshot fashion. Now we're into a 4v4. A beautiful grenade into heaven there. Scrubby is going to end up finding that kill onto Chubbs. Tried to face check him there. It ends up working out. Bad TP under the floor there. M's going to find a kill though. Now we're into a 2v2. M's not looking too healthy. Oh, 2 for 1. Now it is a 2-on-1. Wayne State, 1 member left alive. M sticking that defuse. Gonna get taken out by Sheps though. Second man gonna be on. Trying to find the random spray through the dark cover. Not gonna find it quite yet. He's gonna have to face check this one. Not gonna find the shot. Oh, and he's not gonna find the kill in time. The Saints get the defuse. Jello Sheps is gonna be kicking himself after that one. The Saints pulling that one out of you-know-where. Wayne State, they've got to be feeling some type of way after that one.
No way he actually gets the defuse down
that was,
in this just a sliver of time. You know, pros don't fake and show in there. Might as well. I mean, worst case, they lose a round here. I mean, they're up 8-1, but 9-0. They're going for the flawless. At this point, I'm just going to ask you straight up, is Wayne State taking a round in this map? Because it's so dominant coming through from the side of St. Clair. This is ridiculous how much momentum they've got in their favor right
I'll tell you what, we do restart at 12 rounds, and there is a pistol round.
Yes.
Theoretically, pistol is the most coin flip round in the entire game, but the way the Saints have looked so far, when Borge doesn't have to do basically anything on Bind, he's getting a lot of assists, but when we saw that he's like that pop-off 20-plus frag guy, when he has to just casually go like 5, 6, and 6, something like that, when your Cypher can go 5, 6, and 1, just kind of kicking and chilling on site, you're going to be feeling in a real good spot, and I think they're going to be dominating the rest of this half. Looks that way. Jello going to get that early swing, maybe flash a teammate there. Saints are heavy stacking on the showers of Borge, getting in there, binding too. Lineups will not be needed. The Saints taking pair of showers there. This Brimstone will have that spike off site though. Tabit wondering where all his friends went. Only 55 seconds. His friends are falling left and right. Scrubby taking down Ego. Now Hurrah gonna get flashed out to the Saints to get all the info they need. And I'll wait to say the grenade gonna come through. Jello gonna find that kill. They're gonna swing a flawless double digits in a row. We saw 13 in a row for them last time, so they can't break the 13 in a row round record, but they're already off to a very, very hot start. Man, what a nice treat.
I mean, they got the 13 rounds in a row, and then, you know, it was map 2. They might just go even further, cover it over a couple of maps at this point, because this is so dominant. It's ridiculous coming through for it's hard to put it into words at this point, because we've seen this team go through ups and downs. We've seen them go through some roster shifts and everything, and yet they're still able to hold the line through all of that. You know, 4-tap and 14-2
Viper Omen are top frag.
You know,
Omen's opping the whole game.
Borge is just chilling in the middle. He's just like, hey, I'm having a fun time. I'm able to do what I want. I'm able to find some of these pop-off kills as well. But I don't need to be the main carry. And yet, finally, they're going to try to go for a little bit of a quicker push here. Even then, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Granted, Cypher setup is here as well, so they've got to be very careful about this in new spots. As you mentioned, there's so many different places you can put it for tapping. Great one tap.
Yeah, playing around that nade perfectly. He's going to find 3. Dodge the paint shell. Going to find 3. Scrubby picking up 2. That's going to be a full house for those two boys. That's going to be 11 in a row. We are 1 round off halftime. Believe it or not, folks. Last round before the swap. 11-0 lead. 17-2 for 4-tapping. Somebody check him PC. This guy is frying right now.
Eventually,
it's one of those days.
Eventually, you just look at the score and you're like, man.
Need I say much else?
It's one of those things where, you know, if you're playing comp or something, you're just like,
FF.
Yeah, just get me out of this one. It isn't just team diff at that point, but nonetheless, Wayne State doing anything that they can at this point. I mean, I think to a certain extent, it has to come down to them just able to find a round at any point here. But nonetheless, the Saints are looking so dominant. They've been firing on all cylinders. Ems cannot miss with this operator. And, you know, you try A, you try B, you try overloading, you try going quick, you try going slow. It doesn't matter at this point because Saints have an answer for everything. Yeah, and Wayne State, they've got to fight for their lives at this point because 11-0.
That's the tricky part. They have literally tried everything. They've tried both sites. They've tried guessing where the Cypher is. They've tried stacking showers. They've tried stacking B-long. They've tried pushing through mid. They only haven't tried the old 5-man TP a minute into the round. Chubbs, though, is going to find that first one. He's been quietly having a very, very good game trying to get these picks for Wayne State to stay alive, but they seem to always lose that numbers advantage. That's going to be a big kill, taking out that operator of Ems. Ego maybe can go recover that thing as well. If he can buy some time, Cypher trips are going to pop. Ego going to find that kill under Scrubby. Viper Pit is going to get popped. Wayne State wanting to make sure they get this round and also last round before half, so use it or you lose it. 4-tapping. He's done a lot of work in this early game. He's going to try to have to find a couple frags here. Wayne State, though, Orbital Strike and Showstopper online. They should be able to take this one. If they don't, I'd be very, very surprised, but I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, so we'll have to see what these teams are doing here.
And consider who is alive. It's 4-tapping, the absolute juggernaut that they are. Absolutely incredible performance thus far. If anyone's going to be able to do it, it's going to be them. Going to be able to find the Viper very early, take down that Viper's ult. Now it comes down to the wire. Showstopper going to get popped. It's going to find Jello. It's a 1v3 situation. Can 4-tapping find anyone here? Going to be able to spot out that chamber, but there's people peeking on the opposite side. Wayne State gets on the board, preventing the clean sweep. Nonetheless, insane half coming through from St. Clair.
Yeah, I know some people say Bind could be a little attack sided at times, depending on the comp you're running and everything. The Saints, they're going to be feeling pretty good about this one. Let's see how the attack Cypher does now. Scrubby, I'm sure he'll be doing just fine. That aim has been on point. All the members right now going positive in the kill department, even though that's not obviously the be-all end-all. Borge, 9, 8, and 7. He's having more of that like initiator stat line than the duelist stat line, but that's how good all of these players are. That's how well they've been playing off of each other. Any single one of these guys can pop off. We've seen every one of them get that 4K, get that ace. 4-tapping and Ems being the 2 to carry right now. I mean, if you had predicted who's going to top frag, Borge or the Omen and the Viper, and then obviously you said Cypher, it's like playing Where's Waldo on the site. You guess wrong, you're in a world of hurt. And now, Wayne State, you have to have pretty much every round in a row. I know that's kind of a tall order. That seems a little bit like hyperbolic to say, but you're down 11-1. If you take this pistol, I mean, the Saints, they just need to try to steal one round at any point. It'll be map point. Wayne State, you got to have this one. Oh, nice.
Gets a nice bite down, but Talbot going to be able to turn that back around onto Borge. But yeah, as you said, 1 round forces OT. 2 rounds wins you the game. It's such a bad way for the side of Wayne State to try and get back into this one. Granted, through the Owen smoke, Scrubby's able to find one onto Sheps as well. Jello popping through as well is going to be sight controlled for the side of the Saints for the time being. Ego chilling in here. Frenzy going to be able to pick that one up, and it is a 2v3 on this retake. Jello and Scrubby here. Will they be able to hold the line? Do have full health bars apiece right now. Their aim has been pretty good thus far, but Chubb's going to be able to clean that one up as well. Spike is down, though, so it's going to be a little bit of a difficult time. The Frenzy Spray going to be a little bit too crazy. Chubb's going for that fake defuse there. You can't shoot the bird, but nonetheless, they're going to be able to find a second round for themselves. And Wayne State holding on to a little bit of hope. They've got the pistol round. They should be able to clean up the eco afterwards.
Yeah, Chubbs is doing a really good job of winning out these engagements. I said it a couple rounds ago. He's done such a good job trying to keep Wayne State back in this game, giving them any momentum they can grasp for right now, and they're looking for anything. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh,
Before tapping, gonna pull out that battle stinger. We're gonna see a couple stingers coming out. Oh yeah, the boys are gonna fully commit. We're gonna go 5 battle stingers. So I'll tell you what we're gonna see. Run and gun is gonna be the name of this game plan. They are gonna get in their W key only. If you press the S key, you're off the team. All these guys are going to go all the way in here.
Press shift at all. Nope.
Exactly. You're going to see a lot of Spectres, that Bulldog, full armor coming through for Wayne State, the Saints. This is going to be a messy round.
Yeah, and to be fair, they have so many rounds to play with. Why not?
Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Also, Stinger kind of broke.
This Stinger's really good. Like, it works from range. It works from everywhere. Viper Wall going up. It seems like a little bit of a slower playstyle there. It will get spotted out by the trademark, though. Taking a little bit of damage is Borge going through. It's going to actually be them almost cleaning up that kill. 1 HP on Borge, but still, that chamber has very little health as well. Sky healing not going to be quite enough to finish that one up, and Scrubby already can get that plan down.
I think they both traded to 1 HP. That was kind of miraculous. Saints, they did get that heal from that Sky, though. The other chamber Ego not able to get to his Sky quite yet, though. Tabit trying to get in these back tunnels. U-Haul control given over to the Saints there. Jello trying to play this off angle for tapping. Gonna get tagged up by that Molly. Only gonna lose about 10 HP there. Scrubby gonna find that kill backside. Spectre kill gonna go through. Oh, Borge, battle stingers in tow. 3 picked up for the Saints. Now into a 2v1 hurrah. Switching weapons. That's gonna be no good. Borge from 1 HP early round to 1 HP at the end of the round. The Saints are gonna be on to 12, on to map point. They are completely dominant. They got that round back. 5 stingers, no problem.
And something I really like to see as well from this team, everyone has a double-digit frags at this point. Everyone is contributing here as well. Absolutely dominant performance. And I mean, if this is how their bind goes, how does their Haven go? Because we've seen them do this level of performance on Haven in the past. We might be in for a quick night, to say the least, at this point. But nonetheless, Wayne State going to be doing everything that they can. There's a Spectre, there's a Sheriff. We've seen teams able to sort of cheese out some of these heavy thrifties before. Will it be enough, though? Because there's such an uphill battle for the Wayne State Warriors to get back into this one. Saints already pushing so heavy on site. Borge flying through the sky there, looking like a Skyhawk at that point. 5v2 on the map just like that. And it is almost a formality at this point for this map to just be cleaned up in the base. Saints, 13-2. Ridiculous. Ridiculous performance.
And that'll make it 2 maps in a row going back to CVAL. 2 13-2 wins back-to-back being on Haven and then Bind. What a clean game. Started off 11-0. We had the Viper and the Omen top fragging. Cypher clearly having an impact immediately in game 1. The Saints, they said we were going to see it. They lived up to the name. Scrubby switched over Ems. We saw the opping Omen down mid most of the game, winning out those chambers, winning out the duels against Eagle, that chamber player. The Saints, everything clicked there. That was one of their best performances of the entire season.
It has to be. I mean, it's so dominant, and realistically, coming in as the 2 seed against the 15 seed, you've got to give them a lot of the favor in this matchup, but nonetheless,
still got to take care of business out there.
In this fashion, I don't think we were expecting this.
No.
We expected it to be a convincing win, not this convincing, because this definitely can prove a lot of those doubters that can say, you know what, can't be doubting us at this point. You know, this is a team that has done so well, has been at the top of the Valorant Power rankings in Canada for the entire year thus far. And I mean, that performance, my goodness.
Like you said, double-digit frags across the board. 4 tapping being that leading man. Gonna have that double-digit kills, double-digit assists. The Saints doing such a good job. Borge having a casual 12-7. M's popping off as well. Look at when all 5 of your members are almost back-to-back top 5 in the leaderboard. You know that game went pretty well. You're gonna be feeling good about that one. They played so amazingly in that, man. Just a sight for sore eyes. Really good to see everyone come together and to see all these different agent choices too. We always talk about having those deep agent pools. It's really good to see them flex a completely different lineup than what we're used to seeing, and it works so well so far, but definitely a good start. They got to win one more map though still. Wayne State could come out, trailblazing, guns blazing, could try to find that one, but they're going to have a lot of work to figure out.
It's going to be a lot of work for them to sort of figure out where the weak spot of the Saints is, because realistically, that map, there was no weak point there. They played that as flawlessly as they could, very close to a perfect map. 11-0, they're only losing the 12th round there, where there's so many ultimates, there's so much stuff you still have to deal with. You lose a pistol round, okay, happens from time to time, but you come right back, you go Battle Stinger, you're just able to turn the map around from there. It is such a convincing victory from them, and I think that going into map 2 here, Wayne State need to they just need to take a 5-minute walk, get out there, get out of their own heads and say, you know what, this is map 1, we gotta go back in here.
Speaking of that, we heard they are trying to go quick, so we're gonna throw it to a very quick 2-minute break. The players, they want to get in there and get this playoff match over with, so we'll catch you guys after the break. Saints up 1-0. Welcome back in, everybody. The Saints taking a convincing map 1 win, 13-2 on Bind over the Wayne State Warriors, now sitting 1 map away from taking this one home, going into that Elite 8 scenario. We saw the Cypher on Bind the first map. Not going to see him locked in for the Saints this time. We are going to see the Fade. We're going to see 4 tapping over onto the Omen. So as we said, look at these players, how they switch agents. We see Ems from Duelist to Omen, now onto the Breach. Scrubby picking up that Chamber once again. Of course, Borge going to be on that sweet, sweet raise. We're going to see the Astra coming through, going to be the only difference for the side of Wayne State there.
And realistically, Astra Omen are sort of interchangeable on this map. You have 4 smokes on the Astra, which are global. You have some regenerating smokes on that Omen to sort of keep your control as much as possible on this map, but nonetheless here, very interested to see how Wayne State come out here, especially they've got their attacking side. They didn't really have as successful of a half as I think they wanted in that first map. A word for it, to say the least. They got blown out in that sense, and I think they just need to sort of retool and rethink their approach to this one and potentially try and push, they need to push the Saints a little bit into their uncomfort zone. They got to try and push them out a little bit more, but we'll have to see what strategies they've got in store, because, of course, that map 1, something to behold.
Yeah, that's the kind of map where if you're Wayne State, you have to just honestly sit back at the computer, get into that new lobby and go, forget about map 1. Don't even think about the fact we're down 1-0. We're going to pretend that one didn't happen. Just go into not that you don't want to forget about the mistakes and you want to make the same mistakes twice, but mentally you go, okay, that one was chalked. Forget about it. We can load into map 2. We come back and steal map 2. We force this one onto a map 3. We put the pressure on. Hey, we're the 15 seed. No one is expecting us to get this upset. Why not? They have nothing to lose now. That's a man with nothing to lose is the most dangerous type of man. Chubbs sending out those early paint shells. Scrubby, gonna be aware of that one. Gonna TP away. Chubbs once again going to be that entry fragger, finding first blood of this match for Wayne State.
You can see they're just taking as much control of the site as possible before looking for that plan. It's going to be effectively a full retake, though. Borge going to be able to find that kill onto Tabit very early here. 2 members down long here. They've got to be really careful about that on the swing, but very early swing coming through from that. Astra going to spot out Scrubby as well. Crowd's coming down. Eagle able to pick one up before Tapin, once again able to turn it back around, and Wayne State gonna be able to pick up their second pistol round in a row across the two maps there. Gonna be able to get on the board first here.
Yeah, exactly how they wanted to start things off. They had a couple HP, or low members HP. The words all make sense, doesn't matter. They do take that first round. They look a lot better, even though it is only pistol. They're gonna put Ego over on that Bulldog. A lot of full armor. They really want to make sure that they don't give the Saints any chance to come back now. They're gonna go all out whenever they can to try to stomp out the Saints here, get this lead going, because as we've seen the Saints, as you said, they get streaky, we're good for better or worse, and if they get hot, even if they're down a little bit here, Wayne State could be in a world of trouble. Luckily, no Cypher to deal with this time.
There are 4 members towards this A site. It seems as if St. Clair have read them like a book at this point. It's going to be so difficult to decide on Wayne State to be able to read this one up. But look how aggressively Borsch is pushing up. It's actually put Wayne State in a little bit of a pickle here. This Omen Smoke is so strong at just masking their movements as much as possible. Yes, it's classics. You're just trying to get a couple of kills here and there, but my goodness, the play around this vision is spectacular, and hurrah. Trying to find anything that they can. Ooh, just barely catches the arm of Jello there, but it is traded back. 4 tap and 1 tap it on to Chefs there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love Hurrah being in that spot. It's pretty much the biggest counterplay to people stacking up like that. Paint Shell going to go through. Borsch getting tagged up. Chubb's going to land that Paint Shell. Little raise v raise action there. Wayne State, that's going to be the opening they were looking for. The Omen going to be tagged down almost at M's. They keep switching agents on me. Omen could be very low on HP. That's going to be 4 tapping. Now Wayne State going to hit a little bit of a rotation here. They're going to go all the way around of this C side. The Saints are going to be none the wiser. And only having 3 members, they probably expected that A push to come through. Wayne State goes, nah, we'll just take this free real estate over here. We'll go plant the spike, and you can come see us on this side.
Yeah, and the retake going to be a little bit difficult because of the range advantage, the damage advantage that the side of Wayne State have here. So often you see that pistol round leads to a free anti-eco right afterwards, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for the side of the Saints to be able to turn that one back around. Granted, they may have picked up the Spectre that Hurrah was holding there, or whoever fell in a lobby there. Potentially they pick up 1 gun for themselves, but nonetheless, only 1 bullet on the Headhunter as well means that you have to get a 1 tap as quickly as possible and try and even the stakes here. But Ego going to be able to clean that one up chamber v chamber. They're going to win out on that one. Granted, better machinery wins in that situation.
Yeah, Saints going to drop that dark cover, try to maybe get this defused now with 4 tapping. Going to get sprayed up with that cover. M's going to try to be the one to help out. Not going to be able to do so. Now you're just playing for weapons. Wayne State going to say no mas to that, though. They're going to take number 2, move on to this bonus round. Now Wayne State, exactly how you wanted to open map 2. Try to get a huge lead on the Saints. Keep that economy in the dirt as much as possible. We are going to see a couple rifles finally coming through for the Saints now. Going to see a mixed buy for Wayne State. They're going to keep that Bulldog. They already had Ego, still able to fall back on that Headhunter. Going to have Ego and Chubb sitting at 4-0 right now. So 2 of those members putting in all the work right now that Wayne State has needed. Those are the 2 finding some of those clutch frags last game now. Able to put it together to put it into some round wins and not just empty picks.
And realistically, you look at what Saints are going to be going for this time around. A little bit more of an even spread across here, but already so much pressure towards this garage area. They're just going to try and break that down, get a little bit of pressure onto 4 tap in there, but nonetheless, you can just see how calm and collected the Saints are willing to play on this situation. They're willing to play so aggressive around this A lobby because they know they've got that fade raise combination. Here it comes with the Kobe. Gonna be able to find that every single time they're able to land that combo. It's so ridiculous and works like a gem.
Yeah, he's got Hall of Fame limitless range. That's for all my 2K fans out there, all 5 of you. Borsch still sitting down this A long here, trying to lock things down. A lot of Wayne State members coming in the way. Oh, 2 tapping. Gonna find that headshot. Actually landed that body shot to finish it off. Ego, though, is gonna trade out that one with the Bulldog. Saints still do have that 4v3 advantage. Borsch at least getting 2 before he fell there. Hurrah. Maybe going to try to recover that rifle. It looks like they will do that as well. So, gonna get a gun off Borsch there as well. The Saints still stacked up on this A side. I wouldn't expect a rotation from Wayne State at this side. Although if Chamber's gonna TP out backside, I could look very, very foolish in a couple seconds, and it would appear that's the case.
Seems as if they're just going to try and play slowly here. They don't want to overforce onto any sites. Granted, with 30 seconds left, they're going to have to overforce at some point.
30
probably
seconds
holding
left.
this C lobby area there, it feels. Just trying to find anyone to pick off, but this Fade Eye going to give away so much information. Now they know it's likely going towards B. Gotta go back and double towards A, but look at where Jello is sitting. They've read this like a book. Oh my goodness, the swing comes around. Only 1, but they have that information now. They need to try and plant the spike. I don't know if they have enough time.
Yeah, M's lining up this flasher. Gonna send that pop flash out. Easy kill. Does not get much easier than that one. Oh, spray down from 4 tapping. And I was gonna say Jello, unironically, if he shoots the 2 people actually playing the game and not Astra sitting crisscross, he probably finds 3, but who was he to know Astra was just putting down those stars, at least stops her from blocking off anything. The Saints do a great job just hunkering down on defense. We're going to see Scrubby get that operator in his hands. Now Jello going to have maybe just that pistol, maybe an SMG for his trouble there. Someone gonna bless him up there with that money. Boris going to be on that full rifle, half armor, no money in the bank. But the Saints, they're looking to take rounds. They're not looking to worry about this economy just yet. And Wayne State now trying to get back this momentum. The Saints, they can start rolling this snowball ideally.
And realistically, Jello's going to be able to buy a rifle next round if they potentially fall, you know, same with Fortappen and with Ems, so they've got the tools available, but Scrubby able to get just a glimpse of the Astra there. They're going to look for a shot, they're going to find
Kill Fade.
They get out. It's the Fade that's taken down there. Great shot. I mean, sort of unexpected as to who they were going to be able to pick up.
He was going for the breach.
You know, he got one, you know, you take those every single day of the week.
Yeah, that's got to feel bad if you're Fade going, I thought he wasn't. Okay, too late, man. That's already over. Breach was the spike carrier, though, so Wayne State still going to have a little bit of, you know, they're at least able to move as a team here. They are going to set up this rotation nice and early, though. Once you hear that operator pop off, all of a sudden, no one wants to play anymore. Borj holding this garage. Nice and close angle doors still have not been broken, Borj. You know he wants to find this kill. He can smell someone on the other side of that door. Ego waiting, trying to clear these corners now. See, he's going to have to take a guess here. Borj is waiting perfectly. He's going to find that kill. Nice and easy for tapping. Going to get tagged up through C long there, but I'm sure he's calling for his teammates to get some help there. Paint Shell's not going to find anything. Borj going to answer with his own. Blast Pack Strafe going to come through. Going to get run right into that stun, though. Borj playing the short corner now. Is going to, not going to find one. Chubb's going to shut that one down. Ems, though, is going to trade him out. Now we're into a 4v2. 3 HP. Doesn't matter. Fortappen going to find one. Almost finding the second. Jello's going to find it. Team ace for the Saints. Only one member falling in the process.
Everyone gets theirs in that situation, and Fortappen lives with 3 HP at the end of that one. Lucky to be alive. Had the classic out at the end to just try and fire as many shots as possible, but now the economy is definitely going to be feeling a lot better for the side of the Saints. Now you've got an extra buy in the inventory now for yourself. Borj might even just go for the showstopper here. Save up a little bit. Should be able to get a buy from someone, it feels like, or just picking up the weapon off the ground. They're trading skins. That's what has happened, or something like that.
Skin trading.
Yeah, nonetheless here, you can see inventories for the side of Wayne State not going to be in the best of shapes, but nonetheless, St. Clair looking to try and continue this aggression, continue this play, and my goodness, Borj able to find one right as the round opens. That's what happens when you trade those skins around.
I thought Borj might start the party there, too. I thought he might try to dive in thinking, oh, there's a couple members back there. I'm going to go in and swing this thing around. Ego holding down the C-long with that headhunter, and now the party's going to start. Flashbacks behind the members of Wayne State. Going to find one. Trying to find the second on the spray. Hurrah's going to shut that one down, though. Ems. Spray transfer galore. Going to pick up 2 for his trouble into a 4v1. This tour de force more than likely going to go to the wayside. If the Saints can get this collapse going, that spike, that's in an awesome spot for the Saints too. Ego has so much to worry about. Fortapping, he's trying to get that flank. They know exactly where Ego is. They have his number. He's trying to at least find one kill. He knows his time is limited. Jello gonna cut his clock off there. Now it's gonna be 4 for the Saints. Still alive, still keeping those guns alive as well. And now they're gonna find 3 in a row. And you can tell they're really starting to get going here.
And you just reallocate funds once again over to Borj. As someone's maxing out, you're just able to buy him a weapon and you're good to go from there every single time. It feels as if these Saints are just able to get so much momentum, especially on Haven. I think that's the main thing. Their pistol rounds on Haven, they're 50-50 after that, and they're pretty much 100%. They're all gas, no breaks at that point. And overall, it's been so strong from them on this map over the last little bit. And this was a map they didn't really like at the beginning of the season, it felt like, but ever since then, they've really been able to come into their own. And there's a reason why we call it the esports standard in that sense. Bind, Haven, Ascent. Those are the maps you're going to get the
collegiate
most reps
standard.
on. The collegiate standard. Esports standard, still, sometimes you see those maps come through at the end of it.
I want to see Icebox.
I love watching Icebox. I don't know, maybe like Icebox is always one where you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
there's no in between.
That's fair. I'm on the side of love, though.
To Fracture, right?
True.
Like, I think that the main thing is that no one really hates Bind, no one really hates Haven. It's just like, you have to learn how to play them there. Ego gonna learn to play the game. Potentially from the eyes of someone else, but Chubb's able to actually turn it back around the opposite way. 4v3 for Wayne State. They've got a numbers advantage for the first time in a couple of rounds here. Granted, that operator's still up and available. Yeah. Seems as if they're going to get those picks and rotate right out.
Yeah, they're just going to backpedal here right out of this site. Go rotate to one of these teammates. They do have the showstopper and the divide. I wouldn't be surprised to see possibly one of them come out, especially if they want to make sure they take this round home. I wouldn't hate the idea. As long as I wouldn't burn both to try to win this round. I'd really rely on one or the other to try to take it, but who knows what kind of setup they're going to have. Looks like Boris might be in a very bad spot, though. Oh, he's going to find that first frag, though. That's going to open up so much space for him. Maybe he can take his eyes off that flank, but he's still thinking there's a second one in the ring there. Borj maybe going to get some info now through C-Long. Going to hear that spike possibly getting planted. Now he's going to know that Alt Orb's going to go away. He's going to fire up those paint shells in case someone's in cubby there. This blast pack strafe ready, trying to find this frag maybe. This guy is so aggressive. He's got to clear all these corners. So wait for some teammates to come give him some help. Ooh.
enemy remaining.
Picking up a couple. Hurrah going to be able to find one in return. It's Borge 1v3, but realistically, would it be anyone else who's able to win out on this one? We know what this guy's able to do. Granted, is going to get spotted out. They know exactly where he's walking from. Tabit going to be able to clean that one up there. State going to get to 3 on this one, even up the scoreboard. Granted, those economies for the side of the Saints still going to be popping at this point.
Yeah, Wayne State does again have those 3 ultimates. The Saints also have 3 of their own in that back pocket, though, so we might see a very explosive round. Ego seeing that chamber on that operator. Scrubby going to have that op as well. Going to see a full commitment from the side of St. Clair. Shep's going to pick up something as well. So both teams fully investing everything they have. They dumped the inheritance. They put it all into crypto, but will it come crashing down? Both one of these teams were locked up at 3s. We're going to see which team's going to blink first. Wayne State, though, this is a great spot to really start to take this game over. Saints investing this much, you can really do some damage.
Yeah, and this one-way sort of smoke coming through from Fortap and just gives you a little bit of a cheeky angle, also provides perfect cover for Borge to be able to walk up and get a different angle through the one-way as well. So many cool plays that the Omen's able to do on this map. It's why it's so popular on this map as well, but the Astra is going to give a little bit of cover as they go for this orb. Granted, they don't know where Borge is. Borge is super far pushed up here. Down coming through on a Tablet takes him down to half. That's going to be some permanent damage coming through. There's no Sky, there's no Sage to potentially bail you out in this situation. Any damage you take will be permanent.
I almost selfishly wanted Borge to blast back on all 3 of those guys. It would have been a terrible idea, but I feel like he's somehow going to figure it out. But
the human highlight reel, that's what he is.
Exactly.
Like, it's so exciting watching him play every single time.
Yeah, it's always a special treat. Scrubby, C-Long with this operator, trying to line someone up. Saw that Prowler come out, gonna find one. Thought maybe the collateral would come through, but killing Chubbs nice and early before he can dump that util. That's gonna feel really good. We're gonna see the Rolling Thunder come through. We're gonna see that Nightfall as well. Wayne State trying to combo this util. Ego gonna get decayed there. 4 tapping, sitting up in heaven. Gonna try to TP onto this backside here. Is gonna TP. He's gonna try to find the spray. Oh, Ems is taking care of business though. He's gonna get the triple. 4 tapping will clean up the rest. That's gonna be a flawless for the Saints. They eat a whack load of ultimates and they give it right back to Wayne State.
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder, and of course, as always, the Rolling Lightning comes back the opposite way. Always something that the Saints have in the back pocket. And Ems, so good on that spray down. All of that just through the smoke. They were able to just find a couple of heads there, able to clean that one up. And nonetheless, every single time Wayne State are able to fire a punch, it's immediately recoiled back twice as hard, it feels like, in St. Clair. Not as dominant as that map one. Of course, a couple of rounds dropped here and there, but nonetheless, still looking very, very strong as they move towards the halfway point of this half.
Yeah, Chubbs been one to get these entry frags. Oh, Borge getting caught with the hand in the cookie jar. Chubbs finding that first blood once again. He's been so dynamite with that. Oh, Scrubby just going to be off target there with that off, trying to even things up. Wow.
We're not going to be able to turn one back around. Very aggressive play coming through from Wayne State this time around. Shep's able to actually pick one up onto Ems as well. Ems going to be able to turn that back around onto Ego, but nonetheless, Shep now paranoid, cannot see anything there. Jello going to be able to clean that one back up. And it is a 3v2 across the map here. They're trying to hold towards this mid site right now, but look at where Fortappen is. Hidden down on a corner on C site just in case. Jello going to now strafe over towards this A site here. It's going to be so difficult to push that B site now that they know exactly what's happening. Going to be the option of A, but as we know, sound cue is going to be oh so important for Jello as they're already lurking over towards the site.
Yeah, Hurrah already going to make his way through Cellar. Going to send Fade over to that other side of A near that elbow as well. They're going to try to connect up here. Only one Saint playing over toward this A side, so they might be able to get some space here. Going to send some Haunt out there. Hurrah. The Omen TP is going to come through, so the Saints are going to get some rotation going. He's going to TP, try to get this flank going. They're going to maybe read that one, though. Going to dodge the Nightfall. Jello going to line up the Haunt. 4 tapping is going to end up working out that flank. The Hurrah is going to fall. Oh, tagged up Scrubby. Going to find that kill. That'll be an easy defuse for the Saints. An easy 5th round as well.
They use the Fade ultimate perfectly. They use that Omen ultimate as well. You know, it's not the best combat ultimate in that sense, but it can get you that info.
Yeah.
They're able to get on that flank. They're able to pick off the person trying to cover any sort of other angles. And thus far, been a great half coming through from the Saints. And see if they can continue that momentum, because 5-3 here, you can really push that forward towards 8-4, 9-3 in that situation. Of course, really depends on what Wayne State have in the back and what sort of strategies they can pull out that might catch the Saints off guard here. Going for a little bit of a half buy here is definitely an option here that could potentially catch them off guard. Definitely not around it. They're expecting them to have the firepower, and if they're able to turn it back around, they'll be able to make that happen. And Scrubby, so rich at this point, they can buy. They're juggling 3 guns right now.
Yeah,
you see it cycling through. He has an operator, he has the Vandal, he has the Frenzy as well. He just got so many options there. Call him the arms dealer at that point.
Chubbs, early showstopper, trying to find this kill. Oh, M sitting behind that box. Chubbs gonna guess wrong though. Gonna look left. Nothing gonna be found with that showstopper. Hurrah's gonna plant this spike. M's sitting and waiting, gonna find that kill. Oh, he's picking up 2. They did not know he was lurking behind that little box there. Now he's gonna step up, trying to find more. Prowler gonna go out. M's gonna send that pop flash out. Ego gonna find that kill in the Guardian. Oh, Jello knew he was there. Second guessed himself. Ends up on. And a little kill with the blast pack. Borge knowing where he was, finding that kill. Ego doing work on the Guardian. 4 tapping gonna answer that call though. And now it's all on M's to find this kill. He'll find his 3rd of the round. The Saints are gonna find, I believe, their 3rd in a row as well. Now they're gonna have those 2 members left alive. Wayne State doing a little bit of damage to the economy, but when you're gonna lose the round in that fashion, ultimately it's not gonna mean that much.
No, it was close until it wasn't close. I mean, showstopper going into that backline. It was timing that came through at the end of it. Ems wasn't spotted. Ems didn't spot out the raise until they fired off that rocket, and all of a sudden, it's as if you fire off a big alarm saying, hey, I'm right here, holding up the neon sign at that point. Am's going to be able to find a 3 in that round, and this has been such a great performance out of Ams, and this is someone that we can rely on at this point on the broadcast to show up every single time. They're not going to always have the Borge-esque performances where they're, 30, 40 frags in the game. Granted, having played Duelist in the past, they have that agency. But on this breach here, 12, 4, and 3, definitely not who you'd expect to sort of have the pop-off, at least agent-wise, but player-wise, it's always so fun to see what Ems has in store because they're such a smart player. They know how to play so many different agents here. My goodness, there's a lobby not going the way of the Warriors this time.
Now the Saints are feeling it. They are taking this aggression. Showstopper going to come out there. Boris, 30 HP, trying to rush to find a kill with this Scrubby though. Taking all the kills, making this Showstopper go to the wayside. They're going to find a flawless. No party needed. Going to be a couple members low on HP. That's not going to matter. Wayne State getting absolutely throttled in that 10th round. Now, they're going to maybe be able to buy a couple of half. Maybe they go with the rifle or 2 on that hero rifle, but more than likely it's going to be another half buy, and that could be the problem. Couple half buys, you only can get that 1 full buy every couple rounds, and then when the Saints completely play that aggression card, and they play it so damn well in Wayne State. Now, they looked really good start of the game. Remember, they were winning at 1 point, but momentum has clearly swung the other way. This pendulum has gone back and forth, and see, Sheps on the Marshall Web, Ego, the Guardian and Bulldog swapping back and forth. They're trying to figure out any way to crack the Saints code right now.
Yeah, and it just seems as if it's too challenging at this point. There's been so many strategies thrown back and forth here, but it just seems as if Saints have an answer to everything. It's actually going to be a pickup from Tabit onto Borge there. He got a little bit too aggressive going for a little bit of a double peek there, but nonetheless, Hurrah going to fall as well. Granted, this is a round that Saints should win relatively easily. There's a lot of half buys, as you mentioned, but Scrubby with a disgusting off angle here, posted up on the boxes, I believe. Yes, the trademark's there. They can hear it. Will they know that the operator's there? Nope. Scrubby going to be able to collect one for themselves. Always good for one is that operator, it feels, on Scrubby's hands.
Yeah. Oh, Boombot going to spot him out. Oh, Scrubby's going to have to challenge it, though. Beautiful job to play off that Boombot by Sheps. Going to find that kill onto the Marshall. Chubb's going to recover that operator as well. That's going to keep note of. That's going to be very scary for the Saints. He's going to try to lock down Heaven. Sheps going to be the one to go plant this bomb. Going to get knocked off the plant, I believe. They're not going to be able to finish that one. Jello going to catch Chamber rendezvousing out of dodge there. Going to swing. He's going to find the kill. Oh, spray transfer for 2. Jello picking up Sheps and Chubbs. Ego going to find that kill onto 4 tapping with that Bulldog. He is stuck in a very bad spot, though. Spray through the dark cover. Jello picks up his 3rd. The Saints go on to 8. Dab on him, Jello.
Oh, yeah. I mean, great shot onto the Raze, who was hopping down that A-long area. You just have the angle. You have the head in your sights there, and there's just no chance. Scrubby so rich. Buy another op, why don't you, at this point? Of course, this is full buys from both of these teams, so if Wayne State is to pick up another round here, this would be their round. They were able to pick up round 12 on the last map as well.
A lot of ultis.
They've got 4 ultimates there. There's no ultimates on the side of the Saints. But, if you lose this round, 9-3 curse, do we really believe in it? We'll have to find out.
Yeah. No, we're gonna
might have to.
Yeah.
I mean, we believe in the caster curse. We've definitely cursed this.
We've definitely,
a couple of times we've been like, they're gonna do. I mean, even map 1, it's like, are they gonna drop round? And then they drop round 2.
Yeah, I'm a believer. All right, I'm sold. Tour de Force is gonna get popped early on. They have that Cosmic Divide. They have the Rolling Thunder. They have the Nightfall. All waiting, and one by one, they're gonna come through. Everything gonna go through for Wayne State. 3 ultis chained at once, but there's no Saints home on this site. They're not going to find a single lick of information. The Saints. Now it's just a 5v5 retake. The ultimates have all been burned. The Cosmic Divide is still available. Chubbs going to find that early kill on the Scrubby, taking that chamber out. Jello on the flank. Oh, boy! Took the kill with the paint shells. Oh, my goodness, Borge. Who is this man? Check his PC and ace in the most spectacular fashion we have possibly ever seen on this game. Forget about curses. Borge is looking to take control.
Scurvy puts in chat, haha, no shot.
Have you ever seen that?
No!
I don't, not like that.
Not from, what? You see that stuff in those, like, you know, how
Like
there's
TikTok
like the
edits.
league Chinese TikToks, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they have the same for like Valorant stuff where it's like, oh, they perfectly lined out, never before seen. Literally never before seen. We're all speechless. I don't know.
Yeah, for a guy that's paid to talk, I'm out of words. It was an interesting time, but Borge, man, run that one back. Put that one on Twitter. Put it on Twitch. I'll put that one to live stream fails if you're Wayne State in some degree jam.
Boy.
Borge, that was one of the most incredible race plays I have ever seen, pro or otherwise. That was a thing of beauty. That was something you want to put in a frame, marvel that one, put that in your Hall of Fame speech. That was an absolutely incredible play. That's going to be talked about for days and days to come. I am still a little bit shell-shocked from that one, but we have to go on to this second half pistol. Unfortunately, Wayne State trying to get back in this game. Can they curse out these Saints? Borge picking up where he left off. Oh, Shep shutting that one down. He had enough of Borge being in there, tapping, finding that kill though on the re-engage. Going to get the spike planted right away. The Saints, I want to play a fast-paced game after watching that kill. I do not blame the Saints for shoving like this.
Yeah, I mean, they've got all that energy just pent up, and they're just willing to slam it down there. Tapping. 3 kills already for himself there, you know. Anything you can do, I can do in a pistol round as well. There's gonna be a 4 picked up for Tapping. Are we gonna get back-to-back aces? Oh, we cursed it.
Hurrah! Just kidding, the other way. But Saints do go on to double digits. We did curse it. Tapping, finding 4 kills once again. And now the Saints, they are really starting to feel themselves. Remember, it was 3-3 at one point. If you might not think too long ago, but Wayne State, they've kind of fallen apart. The Saints, they won a couple rounds. It was a couple gritty rounds. They had to really be in those dogfights, but now they're kind of just styling on Wayne State. You don't want to get a little bit too ahead of yourself. You do still have a couple rounds to finish this one out, but man, I'm still fired up from that Borge play. I cannot imagine what's going on in the other room.
Yeah, I'm just... it's still hard to put it into words. You see that? No, am I dreaming? Like, come on, wake up. Come on, let's get into this one. But nonetheless, Wayne State definitely need to wake up this game because after the first 6 rounds, the first half of that first half there, so difficult, chaps. Oh my goodness. It seems as if Borge went a little bit too deep there. Em's going to be able to collect that one on the back end of it, but they probably going to be so strong at spotting this one out. They're just chasing down the bodies. Tabit on the opposite side of the map here. Going to have a little bit of a difficult time playing retake here from the attacker half of the map, and Ems with all that utility on this breach still going to be in good shape. The blind coming to the double swing, and my goodness, so clean. Cutting through him like butter there. Drop down the XD on the wall as well. Might as well. 11-3, St. Clair. Unstoppable.
Yeah, right now, unstoppable is the absolute word for it. Jello going to be up to that double-double, and it's always what we talk about. When the Chamber can just quietly sit with an even KD, play his lane and do what he wants. Borge finding those pop-off moments, tapping, and Ems still filling in those roles beautifully. The Saints, they are in complete control of this game. You can smell it. You can feel it. Chubbs still trying to put in that work for Wayne State. He's been so good for them this entire series, not to be overstated. Ego as well. They're really trying to find these frags. It's just, they find these picks, but they never translate to anything like material. The Saints always find the answer for it. Tapping, gonna get that early ultimate out. Maybe try to get something going on this backside. He is gonna TP into that backside heaven. Borge following this boombot. Prowler gonna hit up on Ego as well. Ooh, rendezvous to safety. Gonna get out of dodge there, but the Saints should be able to plant this spike. Tapping, lurking around in heaven here. Oh, not gonna find the timing. Shep is gonna find that kill. A great read by Wayne State.
And I think a lot of the times in these isolated fights, you can see that Wayne State do have the agency to win 1v1, but it's just in the team play that Saints have so much synergy. They've played so many games together. You think about all these tournaments they've been entering together, how strong they are. Jello just going into the backline, picking up a couple. This is what I mean. They are able to layer their utility, find kills off the back end of that. Tabit going to try and turn this one around, but the stun going to come down onto match point. They go 12-3 for the Saints. My goodness.
What about curses? I already forgot. Never met her. Saints, look at 19.
already cursed the ace.
19, exactly. 19 kills for Borge. 15, 12, 12, and 7. Just like last game, all 5 members are finding these picks. They're finding their special moments. Every one of these players is going to have a highlight reel they can walk away with. That's going to be a nice sight to see as well. Wayne State, right now, you're honestly you're saying a prayer and hoping things kind of go your way at this point. You've thrown everything at the wall. It stuck a little bit early on, but you haven't really found anything material these last couple rounds. The Saints, they've taken full control. No ultimates to be played with for either side. Tapping, Gonna get tagged up by those paint shells. The Saints, they're gonna go in and they're gonna run and gun this once more. Wayne State, they're gonna have to be ready. Boris blast packing in, gonna go right onto that backside though. Try to set up that flank. M's doing a great job to play off Boris there.
You can just see how deep every single time this Raze is able to get all the way into the backline, and now you know 3 members all towards the C site. They know that they need to try and make a miracle happen at this point. Wayne State need to try and find their golden goose. If anything, now is the time to do so. Fade Prowler's going out. It's not enough. They're able to find a kill on a Jello. Actually able to turn it around. Hurrah finds a couple, but enough shots to the leg are gonna do Tabit in as well. 3v2 still on. So GD2 actually has Chubbs able to find it on the back end. Look at Chubbs to try and turn this one around. Yes, it will be Chubbs to turn that round around. At the end of it, it will not quite be the end for the Saints here. Chubbs able to protect that 1 match point. Granted, a lot more of those in a row.
Yeah, Wayne State, great job of fighting back there, really digging those heels and not giving up. Hurrah, especially those 2 kills on the Spectre were critical to opening that thing up, opening up that site. Now, we're going to see Rolling Thunder, or I guess Rolling Lightning, if they're going to go counter to each other. We're going to see the Cosmic Divide available for Wayne State. Would not be surprised to see a pretty heavy investment, at least from the ultimate perspective. The Saints, they're going to go a couple rifles here. They can't really afford to go anything other than that. Maybe Jello picks up an SMG. Not sure if they're going to feel that's necessary this round, though, especially having so many rounds to play with. But I lied. I had enough money in the bank. Let's do a little swap, boys. Little Secret Santa, little white elephant shopping around there. Wayne State going to be on more of a mixed buy than the Saints, though. They're going to have a little... Yeah, that's a really mixed buy for Wayne State. They're going to have to use probably both of these ultimates. Yeah, they're going to have to try to force this. Hurrah. Trying to lock things down here. They're going to have to waste a lot of util. The Saints, can they answer the bell? Boris getting ready to blast back off that floor and get going with that champion skin in hand. Flash going to go through. Not going to find anything. Oh, they are going to find Hurrah on backside. Cosmic Divide now out of the game potentially. That's exactly who you wanted to kill if you're the Saints.
Yeah, and this is a really early plant. You know, they're up 5-3 at this point, and members, you see the Rolling Thunder, they're just pushing into the spawn. Ego, though, going to be able to find a couple for themselves, but might have ballooned a little bit too far there. Now it's just going to be Chubbs trying to find anything in return. The grenades, plus a couple of shots, going to be able to clean that one up. Now down to Tabit. This is your time to shine, if any. You got to make something happen, but M just slamming the whole kitchen sink at him. M's going to be able to clean that one up, and my goodness, 13-2, 13-4. Easy as that. 6 rounds for the side of Wayne State, 26 for Saints, and they're going to be moving on to top 8.
Yeah, the 2 seed toppling the 15 seed. They were projected to do so as well. Beautiful series from all the guys. We saw the agent changes. We saw the new Cypher come in, immediately make an impact with some very, very cheeky lineups. I'm sure the Saints, they're experimenting with a lot more lineups than that. They only gave us just a little taste of what they have in store for seed out otherwise.
Strats.
Exactly. You got to, keep it close to the chest for the time being. But Wayne State, we saw Chubbs and Ego found a ton of great plays, trying to find those frags, keep them in that game, but ultimately the force of the Saints was just too much. And I do believe, luckily, we do have a replay of that Boris kill, because I needed to see it back. I think everybody wants to see it back. We have to see what the hell happened.
Yeah, we'll see if we can pull that up here. Oh, that's just
pump fake.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to wait for this.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get. I mean, honestly, it would be incredible if we can see that back,
if
because
not,
it just happened so quickly. It was 5 kills on the.
It was like that Maokai trip. Remember the Maokai trip on the Baron pit?
Yeah,
We're like,
exactly.
oh, what? 3 people are dead. Like,
what just happened there? Like, we've had a couple of those moments where don't know what to say. We just look at it and we're like, damn, yeah. Like, you look at it and you're like, man, great play. I don't know what happened, but great play at that. And I mean, as we said, it's our job to know what's going on. Oh, man. Sometimes it goes beyond words. But nonetheless, honestly, such a strong performance coming through from the Saints once again. Going to be moving on to face the winner of either SBU or
Brian Stratton.
There we go. You got that one down. It's going to be a little bit of a tougher opponent in that top 8 there for them, but nonetheless, I mean, they look so good right now. They've been on a roll and, sort of scaling up towards not only finals for NACE, not only finals potentially for NECC, but also the Canadian Championships next week. There's so much.
C-Val, Campus Clutch, LCQ. These guys are busy, man.
They're busy. They're playing a lot of Valorant recently, and they're playing too.
Yeah, they're busy with high-level competition. I think we might have the replay now. I don't want to. I hate to debate. Okay, we don't. I lied. I'm sorry, everyone.
We'll get in the post game.
I'm sorry. You'll see it. You'll see it on Twitter. You'll see it after. I apologize. We had it. The replay was too much. Boris, broke the system. We couldn't get it fixed. Yeah. But the Saints, as you said, they have lots of high-tier Valorant left to be played. This is exactly the time of the year you want to be playing your best Valorant. I think by far they have been. They had the roster adjustments. They had Caillou step away. They've had some other players fill in throughout the semester. But now I think this 5 has really found their flow. We've seen Ems flexing Breach, Omen, playing these duelists, so many different choices. We see the map pool. We know the Saints have a couple maps in mind they maybe want to toy around with as the season goes on. You will not hear a word out of my mouth about it, though, so keep guessing all you want. But the Bind and Haven seems to be a lot more polished now, and I mean, those those two being the collegiate standard, Ascent usually being map 3. That's exactly what you want to have perfectly scrimmed.
Exactly. And I think that overall, just knowing that you have to try and ban out potentially Bind or Haven from this team is really difficult because, as we mentioned, that's going to be, I think those two maps probably 60% of your scrims in a lot of situations. Throw in a couple of Ascent games in there as well because it's usually your map 3. You don't have a lot of practice on these other maps, and if the Saints are able to find scrim partners who are able to scrim them on some of these other maps and they have something up their sleeve, it's really scary because all of a sudden you get a map 1 on a map no one's expecting, and all of a sudden they're going 13-1 or something. Like, what did we do wrong? We let this map through, but they're so strong on Bind. They're so strong on Haven. They've shown up on all these different maps. What do you do against this team? That is the real question.
Yeah, teams yet to still crack this code. They have, let's say, a lot of top-tier Valorant to be played. They have a very, very busy week ahead of them. So we'll have to see if any of these teams are able to figure out that puzzle, figure out that cipher. But with that being said, we had a great series tonight. We will not leave anyone hanging around too long. We thank everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Kay and Dan for holding down the broadcast. Valorant, they're usually very, very hectic, so it takes a nice little team to get things going here. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in as well. The Saints take that 2-0 win over Wayne State. They move into the Elite 8 as that number 2 seed, keeping those expectations very, very high, trying to go the rest of that tournament, end up going on land to see their League of Legends brethren as well. But with that being said, we'll have to leave it off for tonight. Hope everybody enjoys their night. Jobin and Adam are signing off. Point Cypher, not going to pick him that attacking side. Scrubby, just trying to find that. You got it, buddy. A little more to the right there. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, he's close. He's going to get it. Oh, one more second. Scrubby really trying. There we go.
What is that? This is going to be their execute. Brim Smoke's coming down.
They don't know that tripwire is right in the floor, though, like a little earthworm. The Saints trying to set up for this defensive side. Jello was already low health. Gonna fall the Chubs. Oh, 2 tags coming through. 4 tapping. Picking up 3 of his own. That's a triple kill. Make it 4. Oh, heck. Wayne State trying to put some early aggression on this round 2. The Saints, though, they're gonna swing with some Spectres. Not gonna find that kill, though. Hurrah is gonna draw that first one. M's gonna try to send out that flash. Battle Stinger in hand. Gonna try to make a play. Whoa. Oh, double spray with the Stinger. M's popping off their Borge. Gonna find the right click to the smoke as well. Wayne State falling left, right, and center.
To become a big deal because 15 seconds left, you have to try and find a plant. Borge, though, going to fall. That's going to be a big pickup for them as they should be able to get that plant down effectively for free.
More tapping does have some lineups, though. 1 HP on Scrubby, going to swing. Ooh. They are going to find the kill with the Viper lineup, though.
No time.
Spike's not going to go down. 4 tapping, going to find that kill onto Hurrah. Taking a couple rifles out of the hitting your stun, but both these teams having to play into this new meta. You have to make adjustments. The game update's crazy. Jello might be on some good side. Or Headhunter, double kill for...
He's got the angle as well. They're not going to expect this one, surely.
No, there's no way.
Oh, the timing.
He's going to send the dark cover out there. Ego still peeking you. Oh, going to see Shoulders' little vest there, but not going to fire that shot. Probably wasn't going to find that kill. Going to go for that re-swing as well. Ego still trying to find the timing with Ems. Ems is going to win that one out, though. The Omen beating out that chamber. Nice grenade onto that backside. They're going to try to displace Ems a little bit. Hurrah is going to find a kill. Jello, beautiful job. 2 through the smoke. That
has this locked down, of course, now. That wire is... I'm gonna lose my mind every time I see it. They get caught up in that wire, and it's just gonna be everyone falling to the floor. Jello and M's gonna be able to pick up a couple. They are traded back, but Scrubby now going through his own Shinon. They may not be inclined to do so. And that wire, you cannot break that, actually, because it is through... Because of the extra length, it goes through that wall. But nonetheless, Chubb is gonna be able to trade one back onto 4-tap, and they're Scrubby able to pick up one for himself. Borge as well. It's gonna be double. Pick it up.
They do have that tour de force in their hands as well. 4-tapping, gonna find that kill onto Tablet, gonna drop that spike as well, but should be able to be picked up by another teammate. There's Jello. Timing not going to go his way. Ego, tour de force from the short range. They're going to find that kill. Scrubby going to find a tag there. He's going to be spotted out. The 4-tapping, picking apart the rest, so he's going to have 3 on the round. Make it 4. Can he find the ace? Not going to quite. Oh, actually, he's going to find it there. Yeah. Diffuse going to come. That kill in headshot fashion. Now we're into a 4v4. A beautiful grenade into heaven there. Scrubby is going to end up finding that kill onto Chubbs. Tried to face check him there. It ends up working out. Bad TP under the floor there. M's going to find a kill, though. Now we're into a 2v2. M's not looking too healthy. Oh, 2 for 1. Now it is a 2-on-1. Wayne State, 1 member left alive. M sticking that defuse. Gonna get taken out by Sheps, though. Second man gonna be on. Trying to find the random spray through the dark cover. Not gonna find it quite yet. He's gonna have to face check this one. Not gonna find the shot. Oh! Get that early swing. Maybe flash a teammate there. Saints are heavy stacking on the showers of Borge. Getting in there, finding 2. Lineups will not be needed. The Saints taking...
And yet, finally, they're going to try to go for a little bit of a quicker push here. Even then, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Granted, Cypher setup is here as well, so they've got to be very careful about this in new spots. As you mentioned, there's so many different places you can put it for tapping. Great one tap.
Yeah, playing around that nade perfectly. He's going to find 3. Dodge the paint shell. Going to find 3. Scrubby picking up 2.
As well, Jello popping through as well. Is going to be sight controlled for the side of the Saints for the time being. Ego chilling in here. Frenzy going to be able to pick that one up, and it is a 2v3 on this retake. Jello and Scrubby here. Will they be able to hold the line? do have full health bars apiece right now. Their aim has been pretty good thus far, but Chubb's going to be able to clean that one up as well. Spike is down, though, so it's going to be a little bit of a difficult time. The Frenzy Spray going to be a little bit too crazy. Chubb's going for that fake defuse there. You can't shoot the bird, but nonetheless, they're going to...
Giving over to the Saints there. Jello trying to play this off-angle tapping. Gonna get tagged up by that Molly. Only gonna lose about 10 HP there. Scrubby gonna find that kill backside. Spectre kill gonna go through. Oh, Borge, Battle Stingers in tow. 3 picked up for the Saints. Now into a 2v1 hurrah, switching weapons. That
be enough, though, because there's such an uphill battle for the Wayne State Warriors to get back into this one. Saints already pushing so heavy on site. Borge flying through the sky there, looking like a skyhawk at that point. 5v2 on the map just like that, and it is almost a formality at this point for this map to just be cleaned up.
Chubbs sending out those early paint shells. Scrubby gonna be aware of that one, gonna TP away. Chubbs once again gonna be that entry fragger, finding first blood of this match for Wayne State.
You can see they're just taking as much control of the site as possible before looking for that plan. It's going to be effectively a full retake, though. Borge going to be able to find that kill onto Tabit very early here. 2 members down long here. They've got to be really careful about that on the swing, but very early swing coming through from that. Astra going to spot out Scrubby as well. Crowd's coming down. Eagle able to pick one up before tapping. Once again, able to turn it back around. And Wayne State, going to be able to, you have to get a 1-tap as quickly as possible and try and even the stakes here. But Ego going to be able to clean that one up chamber v chamber. They're going to win out on that one. Granted, better machinery wins in that situation.
Yeah, Saints gonna drop that dark cover, try to maybe get this defuse now with 4 tapping, gonna get sprayed up with that cover. M's gonna try to be the one to help out, not gonna be able to do so. Now you're just playing for weapons. Wayne State gonna say,
look at where Jello is sitting. They've read this like a book. Oh my goodness, the swing comes around. Only one, but they have that information now. They need to try and plant the spike. I don't know if they have enough time.
Yeah, M's lining up this flasher, gonna send that pop flash out. Easy kill, does not get much easier than that one. Oh, spray down from 4 tapping.
And with M's, so they've got the tools available, but Scrubby able to get just a glimpse of the Astra there. They're gonna look for a shot. They're gonna find
kill fade.
Thing.
Trying to clear these corners now. See, he's going to have to take a guess here. Borge is waiting perfectly. He's going to find that kill. Nice and easy. 4 tapping. Going to get tagged up through C long there, but I'm sure he's calling for his teammates to get some help there. Paint Shell's not going to find anything. Borge going to answer with his own. Blast Pack Strafe going to come through. Going to get run right into that stun though. Borge playing the short corner now. Is going to, not going to find one. Chubb's going to shut that one down. Ems though is going to trade him out. Now we're into a 4v2. 3 HP. Doesn't matter. 4 tapping going to find one. Almost finding the second. Jello's going to find it. Holding down that C long with that headhunter, and now the party's gonna start. Flashbacks behind the members of Wayne State. Gonna find one. Trying to find the second on the spray. Hurrah's
exciting watching him play every single time.
Yeah, it's always a special treat. Scrubby C long with this operator, trying to line someone up. Saw that Prowler come out. Gonna find one. Thought maybe the collateral would come through, but killing Chubbs nice and early before he can dump that util. That's gonna feel really good. We're gonna see the Rolling Thunder come through. We're gonna see that Nightfall as well. Wayne State trying to combo this util. Ego gonna get decayed there. 4 tapping, sitting up in heaven. Gonna try to TP onto this backside here. Is gonna TP. He's gonna try to find the spray. Oh, Ems is taking care of business though. He's gonna get the triple. 4 tapping will clean up the rest. That's I was gonna plant this spike. Ems sitting and waiting, gonna find that kill. Oh, he's picking up 2. They did not know he was lurking behind that little box there. Now he's gonna step up, trying to find more. Prowler gonna go out. Em's gonna send that pop flash out. Ego gonna find that kill in the Guardian. Oh, Jello knew he was there. Second guessed himself. Ends up on, and a little kill with the blast pack. Borge knowing where he was, finding that kill. Ego doing work on the Guardian. 4 tapping gonna answer that call though. And now it's all on Ems to find this kill. He'll find his third believe they're not gonna be able to finish that one. Jello gonna catch Chamber rendezvousing out of dodge there. Gonna swing. He's gonna find the kill. Oh, spray transfer for 2. Jello picking up Sheps and Chubbs. Ego gonna find that kill under 4 tapping with that Bulldog. He is stuck in a very bad spot though. Spray through the dark, and one by one they're gonna come through. Everything gonna go through for Wayne State. 3 ultis chained at once, but there's no Saints home on this site. They're not gonna find a single lick of information. The Saints now it's just a 5v5 retake. The ultimates have all been burned. The Cosmic Divide is still available. Chubbs gonna find that early kill on the Scrubby, taking that chamber out. Jello on the flank. Oh boy! Triple kill with the paint shells. Oh my goodness, Borge! Who is this man? Check his PC. Borge picking up where he left off. Oh, Shep shutting that one down. He had enough of Borge being in there. 4 tapping, finding that kill though on the re-engage. Gonna get the spike planted right away. The Saints. I want to play a fast-paced game after watching that kill. I do not blame the Saints for shoving like this.
Yeah, I mean, they've got all that energy just pent up, and they're just willing to slam it down there. 4 tapping. 3 kills already for himself there, you know. Anything you can do, I can do in a pistol round as well. There's gonna be a 4 picked up for 4 tap. Are we gonna get back-to-back aces? Oh, we cast the curse to be able to collect that one on the back end of it, but Fade Prowler's going to be so strong at spotting this one out. They're just
guy.
chasing down the bodies. Tabit on the opposite side of the map here, going to have a little bit of a difficult time playing retake here from the attacker half of the map, and Ems with all that utility on this breach still going to be in good shape. The blind coming to the double swing, and my goodness.
Oh, not going to find the timing. Shep is going to find that kill. A great read by Wayne State.
And I think a lot of the times in these isolated fights, you can see that Wayne State do have the agency to win 1v1, but it's just in the team play that Saints have so much synergy. They've played so many games together. You think about all these tournaments they've been entering together, how strong they are. Jello just going into the backline, picking up a couple. This is what I mean. They are able to layer their utility, find kills off the back end of that. Tabit going to try and turn this one around, but the stun going to come down on
Point Cypher, not going to pick him that attacking side. Scrubby just trying to find that. You got it, buddy. A little more to the right there. Oh, just a little bit. Oh, he's close. He's going to get it. Oh, one more second. Scrubby really trying. There we go.
What is that? This is going to be their execute. Brimsmoke's coming down.
They don't know that tripwire is right in the floor.